Leila Swef hasn't eaten for 3 weeks. She's on hunger strike in protest for the continued imprisonment of her son, El-Fattah, who is languishing in an Egyptian jail. Allah, who is a British citizen, finished a 5-year sentence in September. He was jailed for sharing a post on Facebook about torture in Egypt, but he's not been released. His family say that he should never have been in prison at all. Despite having British citizenship, Egypt has never allowed him a consular visit. David Lowy, as Shadow Foreign Secretary, called for serious diplomatic consequences if access wasn't granted immediately and he wasn't freed. Mr. Lowy is now, of course, in government, and Leila is calling for him to secure her son's release. Well, she joins me now, I'm pleased to say. Thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
First, how are you? You've been on hunger strike for nearly a month.
Yes. Well, I'm all right for now. None of the dire consequences of hunger strikes has started, so I don't feel too bad. But when you go on hunger strike, you're all right for. It depends on your body, but you can be all right for 20 days, 30 days, maybe even 40 days. But after that, you get into, once you've started burning muscles instead of extra fat, you get pains. You could have irreversible damage to some organs. None of this has started for me yet.
How long are you going to carry on? I'm
going to carry on until Allah is released or until I'm carried into hospital in a state of complete collapse. I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. It's been 5 years, and now he should never have been in prison in the first place, and it's been 5 years, and I can't go on like this. I can't go on like this. He can't go on like this, and I can't go on like this.
So you're willing to wait until you're taken into hospital if nothing happens? What if nothing
happens? I'm willing to die. I would rather not. I would rather not get there. I don't want to. For the sake of my children, at least, I don't want Allah to live with the knowledge that I died to get him out of prison. It's not the happiest legacy to leave your children. But I'm not bluffing. I'm willing to die, and this has to happen. He has to get out of prison.
Do you feel like you're being listened to? How do you feel about the response?
They're listening, but they're not doing anything. I mean, they're talking to me nicely. They're listening. But I had, with the previous government, I had 2 years of people listening and talking to me nicely, and nothing happened. I was hoping that this government would be different. So far, it hasn't proved different.
Are you quite disappointed from what you've heard from David Lowy?
Yeah.
Haven't heard?
I'm disappointed. I mean, he's met my daughters. He hasn't met me, but he's met my daughters. And we're back to stuff like, we have to build a relationship. We haven't yet. We can't. You have a relationship. England, the Egyptian and the British government are allies. England is a very big trade partner of Egypt. British tourists are a very good source of income to Egypt. You have a relationship. And you're friends. You're not enemy. This is not Iran. You can ask for favors. You can use leverage. You can approach this in any way you like. Say to the Egyptians, this crazy lady who's in hunger strike is bugging us, and get her off our backs. Do something.
I should say the Foreign Office have released a statement. They said that their priority remains consular access. and that they continue to raise the case at highest levels of the Egyptian government. I guess what I also want to ask you, you've talked a bit about the physical toll. What's been the emotional toll on you the last 5 years without your son?
Your whole, your whole life. Yeah, I mean, okay, I go through the motions. I work. I do good stuff. I'm fine. I've had some nice things happen to me. My daughter has had a baby, but everything is there's a sorrow behind all this. Everything that happens, you are thinking, if Allah was here, we'd be doing this together. You take out his son, if Allah was here, we'd be doing this together. You're happy about something, you're thinking, hell, Allah isn't here. And he himself is, well, Allah is feeling hopeless, actually. I mean, he's entertaining himself on a daily basis. He's keeping a grip on himself for our sakes, but he's feeling hopeless. If you try to talk to him about the future, he doesn't engage at all. He keeps saying things like, you'd better just plan for Khalid as if he's an orphan. That's Khalid, that's his son. So it's tough. It's tough.
Why do you think the government hasn't done more?
I don't know. I've stopped second guessing governments. Governments always have big plans, and you know, I don't see why they haven't done more. I really don't see. I mean, okay, the previous government was always a government that's not going to stay there long, so I suppose I understood this a bit. I mean, you know, I understood that the Egyptians' reaction to whatever was said to them was that, you know, you just have to wait them out and then they'll be out of government and we can see what happens then. But this government is a new government that's here to stay for 5 years. They have leverage. They should do more.
Okay, thank you so much. I wish we could talk to you. I'm sure we will talk to you again, but thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.